Hello children, hope you all are doing good, and today is the second day of the English class, and I'm sure you all have done your homework very nicely, and even I have gone through your homework. It's really good. So today we are taking a new chapter from English grammar, and the topic is noun. So here we are with the word noun. So if I ask you what is a noun, what will be your answer? I'm sure it will be naming words are known as nouns. So if I come to the definition, noun is a name of anything. It can be a name of a place, person, animals, things, ideas, and emotions. And when we come to nouns, there are different kinds of nouns. So we'll be discussing about the different kinds of nouns today. And children, do pay attention so that whenever I ask you some question, you must be able to answer all the questions. Okay? So here we go now. The first one we'll be discussing is about concrete nouns and even abstract noun. It will go hand in hand. So first I'll tell you about concrete nouns. What is a concrete noun? So the answer is a noun which can be sensed by any of our five sense organs like see, smell, hear, touch, and taste. So when we can sense any of the sense, it becomes a concrete noun. Like for example, if I talk dog, the dog we can see, we can touch, so it is a concrete noun. And then apple, we can taste it, so it's also a concrete noun. Then flower, we can smell, we can see, we can touch, so this is also a concrete noun. Again, if I talk about the feather of a bird, what do we do with the feather of a bird? We touch, we can see. So these are all concrete nouns. So till now I'm sure you have understood what is concrete noun. Next we come to abstract noun. So what is abstract noun? Abstract noun is a noun which we cannot see or touch. We can just feel it. Okay? Like for example, love. Can you see love? Can you touch love? I'm sure you cannot. What you can do, you can just feel it, right? So that is called abstract noun. And if I talk about honesty, then can you touch honesty? Can you touch anger? Can you see your anger? I'm sure not. You can feel it. So these are the examples of abstract noun. So we have already discussed these two kinds of nouns. So next we'll be coming to common noun. So here we go with common noun, and at the same time we'll be learning about proper noun. So what is common noun? It is a general noun, children. So it's a general noun. It can be used for everyone. And like for example, people, then we can talk about, suppose if I talk about one individual, men. There can be many men in the world, but if we name it, particular name we given to the particular man, suppose George is a name of a man. So that George will become the proper noun because it has a specific name. So can you see the difference between the common noun and the proper noun? Proper noun is a noun given to a specific person, place, things, etc. Okay? So The difference is common noun we termed in general and proper given to a specific individual, things and so on. So the difference is, if I ask you, suppose if I say, for example, girl. Girl can be any girl, okay? But when I give a name to that girl, suppose Sudha, it's a particular name. It's a specific name for a girl. So that is known as proper noun. And one important thing is proper noun always starts with a capital letter. For any kind of specific name, we always start with a capital letter. But for common noun, we use with a small letter. Now, if I say, suppose, example, university, okay, a university. It can be any university. But if I say University of Guwahati, it gives us a particular information of the university situated in a proper particular place. So this university, the U will start with proper capital letter. Even Guwahati, it's a place name, so it will start with the capital letter. So I'm sure you have understood both the definitions of common noun and proper noun. Okay. So now again we'll go to the next important collective noun. What is a collective noun? So if I talk about collective noun, it means a group of person, places, things, etc. So, and always you remember, collective noun, it always is followed by the word of, of, plus the plural noun. Okay, collective nouns always is followed by the word of plus the plural noun. For example, if I say group of students, what will you answer? I'm giving a particular name, suppose group of students. If I talk about students, what will come to your mind? A class, okay? Because students are always in a class. So the group will be termed as class. Then if I talk about group of birds, what will come to your mind? Suppose a particular bird, many birds are flying in the sky. What will you say? You cannot count and say. You will simply have to group the name. So what will you say? You will say like that, flock. Flock of birds are flying. And then again, suppose there are lots of bees. What will you say to that group? We'll be talking as swarm. Swarm of bees. So this is how you form the group. You give a particular name to that particular group. And that is known as collective nouns. And yes, there are many collective nouns, and which is really difficult to memorize it. And if I say there are lots and lots of collective nouns, but it will be really a big problem for you all to learn all the collective nouns. So what I suggest is, if you can learn, it's good. But if you cannot, then at least try to learn all the common collective nouns. Just now, the way I have told you, a pack of wolves, then the flight of stairs, then orchestra of musician, gang of robbers, all these are very commonly used. So you can use this, or else it's very good if you can learn all the collective nouns, because if you learn everything, you can use it in your language very nicely, and your English language will be very stylish also. Alright, so now we have understood what is collective noun. So next I'll be coming to countable noun and uncountable noun. So what is countable noun? Countable noun are nouns which can be counted, and it has singular and plural forms. For example, if I say book, you can count a book. A table, you can count a table. Then building, you can count a building. Suppose for one book, we'll say a book. If there are more than one book, we'll say 2 books, 3 books, 4 books, and so on. So that's how countable nouns has both singular and plural forms. Again, what is uncountable noun? Uncountable nouns are those which cannot be counted. For example, water. Can we count water? I'm sure no, because you cannot say 1 water, 2 water, 3 water, right? It's really funny. So it cannot be counted. So that is also what? It's in the liquid form. Water, coffee, tea, all these are in liquid form. Even rainfall, you cannot say 1 rainfall, 2 rainfall. We say drop of rain falls. Okay? Even blood, it's also liquid. We don't say 1 blood, 2 blood. We say droplet of blood. So these cannot be counted. These are termed as uncountable nouns. And then happiness, love, sorrow. Can we count them? No. Will I say that I have 1 happiness, 2 happiness? No. So we cannot count them. These are uncountable nouns. Now these love, happiness, sorrow, what are these? These are abstract nouns. And then if we come to air, can we count air? I'm sure no. It's a gas, we cannot count. So it is also uncountable noun. Now, one more important thing which I would like to share is for countable noun, we always, whenever we ask a question, we use how many. We always say how many. Suppose how many doors are there in the building? Then we can say 3 doors, 4 doors. And for uncountable nouns, we always use how much for asking a question. How much? A little. Okay, a few. All are our answers. Now, another important thing for countable and uncountable noun is for countable, we always use the term fewer. We have fewer buildings here. And for uncountable, we'll say more. There are more buildings here. So there's a little differences. And children, so in our next class, we'll be discussing more about it very nicely, precisely. But whatever in today's class I have taught you, I'm sure you have definitely understood very well. And another noun I'll be discussing right now is about the compound noun. So have you ever heard about compound noun? I'm sure yes. And even in your previous class also, you have done it. So what is compound noun? Compound nouns are 2 or more words that creates a noun. It can be written as one word together, and it can be used with a hyphen and also as a separate word. For example, for written together, what we use? Football, sunglass, ink pot, these are all written together. And like for example, for a separate word, suppose when we talk about bus stop, we write 2 words separately. we use two words separately, that is bus and stop, but both are compound words. Then another example is credit card. Credit card. Two words, but these are compound words. Then what do we use as a hyphen? Suppose sister-in-law, mother-in-law, there is a hyphen in between the words, but these are all compound words. And you know what? The very interesting fact is that when we talk about another compound word, toothbrush. Okay, toothbrush. So here you'll get more than one type of nouns. It can be used in different terms of different kinds of nouns. So toothbrush can be a concrete noun. Why? Can you tell me? It's because you can see the toothbrush, you can touch the toothbrush. Yes? So it is a concrete noun. It is also a common noun. Because why? It is a general name of a thing. Toothbrush is a general name of a thing. And it is also a countable noun. I'm sure you can count the toothbrush. One toothbrush, two toothbrush, right? And the third is itself a compound word. Compound word because it is made up of two words. That is tooth and the brush. So now we have come to the end of this chapter, and I'm sure children you have really understood because it was very simple, and I'm sure you'll gain a lot of things from this chapter, and you can even use these terms in your language very nicely. So children, I'll be giving you some of the homeworks and some classwork, even some of the assignments which I'll be giving you in the classes. You just go through it and kindly try to complete the task. And so I end up here today, and I wish you all have a very good day ahead, and hope to meet you all in my next session in the next class. Thank you.